at a freaking flea market in Florida where these four numbnuts literally are selling, and as they quote, jailbroken fire sticks. And for one, why would you set up a store at a freaking swap meet and say, hey, here's free TV for life. You just have to buy the fire stick for $100 or whatever they're selling it for. It's like, why?
It's crazy, man. There's stores everywhere. There's honestly stores everywhere. And a lot of the people that were selling them in these flea markets was like a secondary thing that they were selling. But they had posters up everywhere in public places. It's just ridiculous, honestly.
Yeah, they showed like in some of the newscasts, or like as for evidence, there was like a poster that was like handwritten and it says like FireTV stick. Like it had little things on there like movies and like as in what you get, welcome Fire Stick TV, things like that. And it's just like, what are you doing?
I know something similar like this happened a few years back, but it wasn't at a flea market or swap meet. It was a legit store. Somebody in the UK, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this. Somebody in the UK was renting a storefront space in a building, and there was on the window signs that said, get free Bean Sports, get free Sky, get free this, that, everything from the UK. And they had a picture of a fire stick. And so I think from what I remembered was it was a police officer was coming right through, saw it and said, wait, what is this?
Yeah.
And then he goes in and then he walks out with the people in handcuffs.
Yeah.
It's even worse in the UK because just for owning a TV, there's a TV tax. So there's nothing in regards to a TV that's free.
Well, and they passed like that. When was it? Last year in the EU, like where they passed the Article 13 and 17 about owning, promoting, and even reselling or using devices that they use certain legalese terms, like but in action that you can get free content, copyrighted content that you could be charged. Mm-hmm. Like with that one that happened in the States with the fire sticks, whatever. Like the charges that they're getting is for like advertised to promote the sale of intercept device. But it also said that any consumer, I'm just reading that part, any consumer caught on one in their home could face a misdemeanor. So if anybody bought one of their devices, could face a misdemeanor. Like, give me a break. Like, just give me a break. Okay, so I get channels on my Plex. Okay, so am I breaking the law there? Like, it's just becoming. I think this was I always am the person who believes that there's some sort of bigger conspiracy theory. Like, it's just because it all comes into one. Where that, I don't know who that. I remember I'm from Canada, so I don't know if it's North Carolina. What do you call your guys down there? Governors
or mayors?
Yeah, of NC was putting in the bill for the president to sign for one of his last things. That talks about stuff like that. I think that's all part and parcel. I think it's that to bring it into the limelight in order to help something like that. That's what I think it is.
Well, I think it's two things. Obviously, it's that, but in the beginning, when your business starts to have less funds coming in as a business, you have to look at, okay, where do we trim around the edges? How do we tighten up our belts? Where do we recoup some of that money from? So obviously, they started looking at paying off, I guess, these governors to write things into the bills to get back some of the money or to deter people from getting it free places so that they'd go back to paying legitimate sources or whatever the case is.
Yes, but they do things like that. They go way like left to center to do things like that. But what are you guys typing? So you're typing in private, aren't you? See, so but they do things like that. But you can see where the availability of whatever avenue or route that you take to get content is becoming more readily available, again using that term, in the mainstream, when you have a lot of the big companies starting their own a la carte streaming, their own streaming devices. Like up here in Canada, we have like our main provider for cable and stuff like that, TV, is SaskTel. SaskTel has their own Android proprietary box that you can choose what you want streaming on there. Google itself has their own service that was like $20 a month, or maybe it was 50 or something like that. No sports though, but you could have it streaming, which was their, it had all their like A&E and home shop, not home shopping, like all those things, whatever. So now that's happening more and more. So if it is such a thing that they are trying to clamp down on it so much, it is, to me, just one of those ways that they're trying to control something they can't control. Because now that they're getting into the business, anything that is not done with them, they're losing money on. Always about the dollar.
Mm-hmm.
It's always, that's what I feel it is. It's always about the dollar. Not about the law, not about getting content for free, not about circumventing or whatever route you want to take or whatever you want to do. Watching a movie that on a service that costs you less than going for a movie ticket and you get the service for a year. It's because they're not getting the money. That's all.
Now, you did say about the whole a la carte thing, and I will say this on the a la carte with, I think cable companies had they had their chance of doing an a la carte. You had your basic cable channels, and then you had your premium where you got a couple extra, TNT, ESPN, a couple extra ones.
Yeah.
And then you had the exclusive channels, which were more of your HBO, Cinemax, Showtime. But see, I think what was happening was HBO, Cinemax, whatever the hell, all these movie channels were saying, these cable companies are freaking making out like bandits. We're over here in a contract with them for whatever millions of dollars, but they're over here making billions of dollars. This makes no sense. Let's make HBO go. Let's make Cinemax go, or whatever they have. And then now it's like, wait, let's break off from them completely and then just do our own stuff, HBO Max. And let's do our own exclusive stuff. And I think what's happened now is, like, okay, Disney, for example. Disney is a great one. Disney's going around saying, hey, we're going to buy Hulu. We're going to buy ESPN. And guess what? Now we have Disney Plus. They're like, hey, you guys want an a la carte? You don't need no Netflix. We're going to take everything Marvel related, anything Fox related, anything. Like, they own so much stuff and said, hey, you want your a la carte? This is going to be as close as possible. And instead of you paying, I don't know what it is, like, I know the cable companies used to charge like $10, $15, $20 a month, or I think it was like $10 a month per exclusive movie channel. Now they're taking, the tiers. Now you're just like, you know what? We're going to charge $12.99 and you could have all three of them a month. So I think I don't know. I think the cable companies blew it, and I think because they were so money hungry that there's nothing that you can do. So now you got freaking Chang Wong Bong in freaking Florida selling these broken Fire Sticks, and I think his name was Bong. His last name was Bong. And then you got, I think he was the 80-year-old too, right? They got arrested. Yeah. It's just like. And you got another 60-year-old or 70-year-old. Yeah. You got one young guy, some young boy that was probably in his, I don't know, 40s or 50s. I don't know what
34.
34 numbnuts. It's like, dude, seriously. And they're like, ooh, we bought these.
Was the one that was showing you. He's like, hey, I do this all myself. Look, I'm doing it right here.
It's like, it's like, the 88-year-old was Bong Woo. Bong Woo Ro.
Bong Woo. Hey, they stole your bongs, guys. No more bongs.
Yeah. It's well, and you think, what is, in your guys' opinion, one of the main reasons people like one of the most revenue generated packages or available something is available from the cable services that generate tons of money for that business, but people got to have it.
Pay-per-view.
Yep. ESPN does all the UFCs. So not Dana White. If Disney buys UFC, ESPN, and it's ESPN Plus, so I don't know if there's a separation there, but
they own it.
So that's a whole worldwide sweep. If you got 1%, and you know those numbers like that, if you got 1% of the people buying that service just to watch the pay-per-views, if it was built into some sort of tier package in there that you pay $20 a month and you have all this plus pay-per-views. Well, that's one of the selling points that I see. People who do sell online services. Well, you can get all the sports, you can get the pay-per-views, plus you get all these live and you get whatever like that. It's only $15 a month. Well, if you got Disney Plus, you have this and you can get 4K content and high def content and all the Marvel and all the Fox and the ESPN products that they like that for $20 a month.
Yeah, Star Wars, National Geographic.
Welcome to the streaming world for real. It's just the way it is.